in English. My name is Patricia Alonso. I'm gonna speak a little about what has been my work in the last 3 months in Torino, in Fablab Coworking. I just finished my master's degree in the cultural economy. My thesis was about how to improve entrepreneurship with with a unique environment. And I arrived last July to Toolbox office in order to make a research about how different communities can interact together and how can exchange knowledge. So that's why my presentation it is called +2 + 2 makes 5, because it is following the theory that by joining two different communities, two different groups, the outcome it is even better. There are a bigger result. So what I found when I landed off in Toolbox office was that I have two different realities. On one side, I have Fablab community that is, for sure, you all know that it's about maker culture, digital fabrication, sharing knowledge, development of projects, and they met, they collaborated, they exchanged in general. And then on the other side, we have the co-working community. They share a space, they have an open atmosphere, they make, they collaborate. So we have these two realities, but we have some points in common, is that they create some projects. They have this culture of sharing. They are professionals from different fields, and it is for sure a talent community because they are entrepreneurs. They are all day daily working with projects. And the most important thing is that it is a community that is using creativity for problem solving. I divided the creativity in two parts because I consider it's really important for innovation and for social quality. Some people are working in projects with new technologies, the internet economy, but others, and for me it's quite relevant, it is a creativity for social quality. I mean, in the economic climate that we are living today, it is quite difficult to find some projects for social work but without economic profit. So then we have these makers and co-workers working together in a transversal creativity, explorating innovation, urban needs, social, generating ideas. It's like all together. I found myself in this environment that was crossing the ideas. And then I say, okay, so this is really like that, it is all this happening here, and I say, okay, so yes, it is like that, it is possible to find all this creativity together, it is, and I'm gonna show you what I found when I started to speak with co-workers, when I started to get involved with digital fabrication. I just found that they are collaborating together, and then they are creating a bridge between the business community, the co-workers, and the maker culture. So I'm gonna give you some examples of the projects that are developed in Toolbox Torino and in Fablab. The first one, it's one of our co-workers, is Lydia. She's an architect. She's working in Toolbox, and Lydia met digital fabrication basically for architectural models. She needed to present their clients the modeling, and then she said, why cannot use laser cutting? So she started to learn with the laser cutting that we have in Fablab, and yes, she started to build the modeling. Laser cutting is really useful tool for architects because you just transfer the AutoCAD file to the laser cut machine and then you got your model. These are some pictures of the modeling of Lydia. Then we have Massimo Cotti. As you can see, the projects are really kind of diverse because it is a diverse community. One is an architect, another one is a social media and content consultant. Massimo is now working on this project that it's basically doing activities for children, for getting children involved in internet, in browsing, in a responsible way. I mean, what is public, what is private, how they make them understand what is internet about. So Massimo and her partner Paola decided that they needed to create something interesting to make them understand what it is internet responsibility. They create a whole world of pirates and treasures, and they decided that the first world to join digital learning, it was through the maker culture. So here we have some objects that they are planning to give in the activities during the theaters they will do with the children. So like laser cuts and then treasure chairs. A 3D print like this project is of Eduardo Paulo, another of our co-workers. It's a really interesting project because he got in contact with a technician, and they decided that they wanted to do a remote control for boilers with Arduino. So the main purpose was to build kind of a structure, because the one that they have in the market were first really expensive, and secondly really user unfriendly. So I mean, remote control boilers in large scale, like for buildings, for neighborhoods. So they have some problems. I just got one image here with basic sketch of the project. So they needed to build a remote control unity. That means the technician will control the boilers, the pumps in long distance. So they have the problem of the connection. They needed to implant a GPS shield, that means kind of mobile phone, and then an antenna. Also they have the problem of the electricity. The electricity, the chargers were discharging really fast, so they built a huge complex electricity system. After that, this kind of complex structure, the technician was able to control the pumps in long distance, and all the database was in the cloud and was controlled with an Arduino, and they were able to save 15% of energy and of fuel. Another project and the last one of co-workers meeting digital fabrication was the one in Silvio and Giorgio. They are now prototyping the Smart Greenhouse project, which main purpose is to produce smart vegetables, fruits, herbs, and plant flowers at home. So this could be kind of idea of what they want to do, like to have a small garden where you can produce connected to an application, so you can see if you have 2 tomatoes today, or if you can eat, I don't know, whatever. And it's connected to the social network also, and it follows the new trend of kilometer zero food. You produce, you consume. So if you think this is a few ideas, I would like to tell you more about what has been down there, a part of this whole research about what co-workers are doing. So I was learning a little bit more about digital fabrication. I found it really amazing experience thanks to Fablab Torino. And because otherwise I thought it was not possible to create an event to keep promoting all this creativity. Last week we had the Polaroid Wall event that, as I said, the main purpose was to keep working on this creativity, to keep working on the digital fabrication, on the co-working, on the talent. So this was a work of many co-workers and many Fab Labs, I need to say. So the main idea is that every co-worker has his profile by physical, like LinkedIn, but in a wall, in a physical space. So they needed to make a Polaroid, a real Polaroid, and then to fill this, to write it out all the details in order to make a networking and in order to create new projects and new ideas with other co-workers or with other makers. So this was some pictures of the event. Everyone was filling the gear. And then we placed this in a wall in the main corridor of Toolbox. I need to say that it is working. People are starting to contact each other. They discover that they have new skills, that someone that they are working beside knows about internet, knows about digital fabrication, and then they starting new ideas. And also because they realize that the digital fabrication, they can do many other things, not only complex projects, but design or create something. And linking to that event, we produced this artistic installation that you can see downstairs. It is in the stand of Fablab. It is a social machine that we call Thoughts Move Things. It is a machine by which you send a Twitter or you send a hashtag, and it makes move all the gears. It is a metaphor of what is happening in Torino. It is a metaphor of how creativity and how talent can work together, even that you are coming from a different background or a different field. So this was more or less my experience in Fablab Torino and Fablab Coworking, and I hope you really like it. And thank you very much for your attention.